What is really happening beneath CERN? For years, the world's largest particle physics laboratory has been surrounded by questions that sound almost too strange to be real. Why does CERN keep shutting down the Large Hadron Collider? Did scientists really turn lead into gold? And why is there a statue of Shiva, the cosmic dancer, outside a modern physics laboratory? To some people, these details look suspicious. Underground tunnels, invisible particles, machines colder than outer space, and experiments that recreate conditions from the early universe. It is easy to see how mystery grows around a place like this. The real story is that the science itself is already strange enough. CERN sits near the border of Switzerland and France. Beneath the ground is the Large Hadron Collider, a circular tunnel about 27 kilometers long. Inside it, particles are accelerated close to the speed of light and smashed together inside detectors such as ATLAS, CMS, ALICE, and LHCb. These detectors record traces of particles that may exist for less than a fraction of a second. From those traces, scientists try to understand matter, energy, antimatter, and the early universe. This is how CERN helped confirm the Higgs boson in 2012. It is also how researchers study rare particles and search for clues about dark matter. So why do people think CERN is suspicious? Because almost everything about it feels hidden from everyday life. The machines are underground. The particles are invisible. The language is difficult. And when the LHC shuts down, many people imagine something dramatic happened. But shutdowns are not secret resets. They are part of how a machine this complex survives. The first major long shutdown was called LS1. It began after the first main running period of the LHC. During that era, CERN collected huge amounts of data and reached one of the most important milestones in modern science, the discovery of the Higgs boson. But after years of operation, the machine needed more than a simple pause. Engineers opened sections of the accelerator, inspected systems, strengthened magnet connections, upgraded equipment, and prepared the LHC for higher energy. From the outside, the timing looked dramatic. CERN found the Higgs boson, then the world's most powerful collider stopped. For conspiracy theories, that was perfect material. But officially, LS1 was an engineering shutdown. The goal was not to hide a discovery. The goal was to make the machine safer and ready for its next run. Then came LS2, the second long shutdown. It began after Run 2 and included work on injectors, detectors, and future upgrades. This is where the story becomes misunderstood. LS2 overlapped with the COVID-19 pandemic. Some people online asked whether CERN's shutdown was connected to world events. Did CERN stop before the world changed? The reality is less mysterious. LS2 was planned before the pandemic. When COVID-19 disrupted the world, it also affected construction schedules, travel, and technical work at CERN. That does not mean the shutdown caused the pandemic. It means a global crisis affected a global scientific project. When the LHC restarted, it did not instantly return to full power. Low-intensity beams were circulated first. Systems were tested, detectors were calibrated. To an outsider, that may look suspicious. To engineers, it is normal procedure. But then CERN released a result like something from an ancient legend. Lead had been transformed into gold. For centuries, alchemists dreamed of turning lead into gold. So when people heard that CERN had observed lead becoming gold, the internet reacted immediately. Was modern physics finally doing what alchemy never could? The answer is yes, but not in the way most people imagine. Inside the Large Hadron Collider, lead ions can be accelerated to extreme energies. Sometimes, the lead nuclei pass very close to each other without directly colliding. Their electromagnetic fields become incredibly intense and can disturb the nucleus. A lead nucleus has 82 protons, a gold nucleus has 79. If a lead nucleus loses 3 protons, it can become a gold nucleus. That is the real science behind the headline. CERN did observe this transformation. But it did not create gold bars. It did not produce usable gold. There was no secret underground factory. The gold nuclei existed for an extremely short time. They were moving at huge energies and almost immediately hit material inside the machine, where they broke apart. The amount produced was unbelievably tiny, measured in picograms. So yes, lead became gold, but only at the nuclear level, only for an instant, and only in a quantity far too small to collect. This is what makes CERN so fascinating. The official truth can sound more impossible than fiction. Scientists can trap antimatter, study matter from the early universe, and observe transformations inside atomic nuclei. But when these facts become headlines, they become rumors. And CERN has another famous detail that keeps feeding the mystery, a statue of Shiva, in the form known as Nataraja, the Lord of the Dance. Why would a physics laboratory display a Hindu deity connected with cosmic creation and destruction? The Shiva statue at CERN was given by India as a symbol of scientific collaboration. It is not a religious monument, it is a cultural gift connected to the relationship between Indian scientists and CERN. In Hindu tradition, Shiva as Nataraja represents the cosmic dance, creation, preservation, destruction, and transformation. The universe is shown as something in motion. Everything appears, changes, dissolves, and becomes something else. That symbolism is powerful, and it is easy to understand why people connect it to particle physics. At CERN, scientists study a universe that is always moving at the deepest level. Matter is not truly still. Energy changes form. New particles appear and decay. So the connection between Shiva and CERN is not a hidden ritual. It is a metaphor, a poetic image for the transformation of the subatomic world. But symbols can become dangerous when they are removed from context. A statue can become evidence, a shutdown can become a conspiracy. A nuclear reaction can become alchemy. The truth is grounded, but still extraordinary. LS1 was a major upgrade after the first successful LHC run. LS2 was a planned shutdown, later affected by the pandemic. Equals 1000 and the Shiva statue is cultural and symbolic, not evidence of a hidden agenda. So what is CERN really hiding? Maybe the better question is, what is nature hiding? CERN does not need portals, rituals, or secret alchemy to be mysterious. It opens a window into a reality where particles vanish as soon as they are born, where lead can briefly become gold, and where machines colder than space recreate conditions from the beginning of time. So the next time CERN shuts down, maybe the real question is not what are they hiding from us,